Hi, good morning and welcome to another edition of Mortgage Monday at LL Financial Solutions. I'm Fiona.
I'm Terry. I'm Danielle.
Every week we will give you some advice on different aspects of financial services. So things like mortgages, wills, protection, life cover, critical illness cover, and today we're going to talk about buildings and contents. Now, buildings and contents are hugely important for obvious reasons, and especially your buildings. So we need to make sure that when you do take out a buildings and contents cover, that you are taking out a cover that if you ever need to make a claim, that it would pay out. You can go online, I totally appreciate that, but you tend to find that a lot of the onlines, when you go onto them, they will default to the cheapest option. So that means things like £1,000 excess. It means that you're supposed to be there during the day, otherwise it doesn't pay out if you weren't there. And obviously if you're working and you're out shopping, you're not going to be there. And it defaults often to not paying out in flood areas. So we need to make sure that when you take out a building's insurance, that it's going to be covered for every eventuality. And if in the event of the fact that you might need to make a claim, then it would pay out. Now, Dan is very good on the buildings and contents, so over to Dan.
Hi. So yeah, as we were saying really, are you aware that your buildings insurance, whatever you take out, the actual claims, the amount that they do pay out? Because you will find that a lot of them, the reason that they're so low priced to kind of draw you in is because they actually won't pay out. So where you think you're saving a couple of pounds by going to one you've seen online, well, in the long run it's going to cost you much more, because you're going to be to buy any problems because that insurance hasn't given you the full cover.
Brilliant. Yeah. And also, if you're a buy-to-let, like we talked about last week, buy-to-let landlords, and if you have any form of buy-to-let property, you will need buildings insurance, and this will make sure that this is also covered with your public liability insurance. So we'll make sure all that is covered. So you're safe as a landlord, your tenants are safe, and everything's covered. You can't necessarily guarantee that this will be covered in your online. So make sure that everything that you need is all included.
Brilliant, that's great. And finally, if you're taking out a mortgage when you're doing your buildings and contents and you're not a cash buyer, we have to make sure that the lender likes the provider, because some of the lenders won't allow some of the providers online. So again, give us a telephone call, send us an email or DM us, and we can sort out your buildings and contents for you. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, have a great week. Thanks.
Bye.